Back. Well, there's a crisis in Mississippi where there's an acute shortage of qualified individuals to help those with autism. WCBI's Chad Groening has more.
Autism is something that you are born with. And last year, the Autism Center of North Mississippi served more than 700 people who have autism. And today, families of autistic people gathered at the Tupelo Country Club to meet each other and learn some valuable tips. Brittany Cuevas is executive director of the center.
We have a crisis on our hands in Mississippi where we're needing more providers to provide services to children with autism. The Autism Center of North Mississippi has a very long waiting list, and if you call any autism clinic in this region, you're going to find out that they have a long waiting list as well. And that's why we wanted to provide an event like this for parents to come from all over this area.
Autism is a neurological disorder. It's characterized by a triad of deficits in communication, socialization, restricted interest. So it can affect the child's ability to interpret the environment and behave accordingly.
One of the speakers is Dr. Casey Stratton, who is an assistant professor of psychology at Mississippi State University. She gave attendees some tips on some challenging topics.
We talked about identifying pain and when your child can't tell you they're in pain, how to best pick that out, as well as to talk about how to start beginning teachings of sexuality for their children. Being explicit about how we want to teach those skills to our children, so as they age and they develop and do move into puberty and beyond that they're comfortable with their bodies, they're safe and they're protected, and they know how to care for themselves.
Susan Hill is the mother of 3 autistic children. She says it affects every aspect of their lives.
You might be at a restaurant that's too loud and there are no accommodations for that. Or you may go into a store and there's a lot of people and your child becomes overwhelmed. And you may go to a church service and the singing's too loud. And so it affects every area, and it depends on each person and each family. They have their own story, and so it's just, when you deal with it, it's knowing what the day is going to bring and just learning to cope with it.
Hill says all of her children have options and opportunities to live full and productive lives. Chad Groening, WCBI News, Tupelo.
Today's conference was free to the public.